Good morning, good night, good evening to all of you. And I'm saying all the wishes because I don't know what time you're watching us actually. So yes, welcome to the Lofi Evenings with your host Jones. So in the evenings where people come to tell their stories and where stories have been told. Yes, today we are in episode. How much, James? Episode 25, right? 25, yes, episode 25. So yes, welcome to the podcast, guys. Today we have a special guest, and you see the room as well. We are a very VIP, shall we say, kind of room that we cannot disclose the location because it's VIP. So anyway, yes. So yes, today we have special, not guests. Okay, it's plural. Okay, plural. So yes, if you want to know more about us before we get to them, you want to know more about us, I'll be in the description down below, as well as to our fellow friends over here. And yeah, I call them my brothers as well, I would say, right? So yes, thank you very much for watching, and thank you again. I actually a big thank you to everyone who was watching, subscribing as well. We have reached 5k, so a real huge shout out to everyone out there. And for those people I cannot hug, I'll just give you a kiss. Mwah. Okay. Anyway, today we have a special, not like I said, not guest like you always do, and you always feel like when you look at us, we always have one guest. Today we have 5 individuals, lovely individuals in our midst, and they come from a band called About Us. I think the Naga demographic, if you're watching this, I think you'll really have a really good time today because we get this once in a lifetime opportunity to go talk to them, so it's quite surreal. So yes, I give the camera to them now. So why don't you introduce yourself? And first and foremost, thank you for sparing your time, because I know you just came from a gig, right? And you must be very tired. You look all tired actually. But thank you for actually sparing your time. It's really a huge honor having you here, and I'm a big fan. He's a big fan as well. So yes, without further ado, I think one of you should introduce yourself. And
I'm Suchan Kikon. I'm the vocal of the band.
Yeah, hi. I'm Soren Gigon here and I play the bass.
Hello, I'm Rembo Muyantan and I'm the keyboard player of the band.
Hello, I'm Yanni and I'm the drummer.
I am Ren Lamore and I'm the guitarist. And we are so happy to be a part of, your podcast.
thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
2 states meeting, so it's a really good thing, right? So anyway, so yes, as I was about to have this conversation with you guys, and I was very excited as well. My collaborator was saying, hey, you got the chance to talk to them, right? I was like, oh, finally, right? So without further ado, I want to ask, like, you guys, you are all Kikons, right? Or there's also Yanthan as well, right? Not mistaken. He is Yanthan, right?
Yes.
Odd one out, right?
No, we have different names in Izu.
Okay. So
He's an Ini.
oh, he is as well, right?
Yeah, and then I'm Muzu.
Okay. So how shall we start this? I think better to start this way. How did you guys start it? I think the best way to start the conversation, to get the ball rolling, shall we say, right? How did you as a band started to be a band, shall we say, right? Can you just explain a bit if you don't mind?
Anybody?
Go.
Actually, before we set up the band, the current band lineup, we were playing in different bands.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it was in the later part of 2019. We came together one day and then it just started like, chalo, we'll do it kind of thing.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is currently we are missing one member. Shout out to him, Mr. Bon Kikon, and then he's not doing well. Like he can't join us.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, that's how we started.
Okay.
Like there was no pre-plan, nothing of the sort. But I kind of believe like it's destiny. So we as brothers, as well as being a member of the band, but as brothers, we are grateful to God for putting us on this stage. So that is how we started actually. So yeah, that's how it started actually.
It's quite nice actually. Like you were saying, like it just happened, right? That you meet together and all that. But yes, at the end of the day, also it's like I think it's God's blessings, or maybe it's God's fate for you guys to be in this point, right? That's quite cool, actually. But yeah, more about the band though, fate definitely plays a very, very important role, right? It does play a very, very important role. But I think you really got to be in sync as well, because you guys are from, you said, different bands once upon a time. So how did that initial mindset came, okay, finally it's like we are here, we know how to play instruments. So what is that thing that say, okay, today is the day that we're going to start a band? Yeah.
It was just because of one reason that we started, of course, we have been playing music for so many years. So everyone, each and every one of us. And then in fact, our keyboard player, he already gave up.
Wow.
Yeah.
I saw that. Alobo Naga. Yes, I have done research from your video. Okay, so I heard a little of that. Okay, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so the thing was that just one reason that is when being musicians, when we grow older, if we don't have our original songs, and then if we do have it, then later in our walk of life, we'll look back and see, oh yes, that's a song we made it. So that was actually the context, and of course the love for music. Yeah. So I would say that is the main idea behind how we came about to be.
Okay, that's cool. That's really nice, the mindset that you have, right? Just come in and just try to do it as much as possible and try to form a band, right? Because the guests that have always been in my podcast as well, they have always see this mindset. They always say that you have to start right from somewhere. If you don't start from somewhere, then it will never reach anywhere, right? So that's the thing that's very, very important. So, but yeah, man, that thing about you're saying about the band coming together is very, very important as well. But also when I look at, you guys, especially in your videos and all that, right? Gimme and right now, right? That's one of my favorites actually. So
Thank you.
First and foremost, yes, being a band is good, but I think how you have to have certain kind of synchronization as well, right? You have to understand each other, right? Yeah. So can you tell me about, did you have any were you was it hard for you to be in sync with each other when you first met for the first time?
Actually, surprisingly, we didn't have a hard time.
Wow.
As people say, the people some groups they may have difficulties in syncing with their music or maybe personality, kind of being human. But I think we never had that. Like cogs in a wheel, all greased up, ready to roll.
Ready to roll.
Yeah.
Man, that's so. I mean, that's good because the thing is, most bands where I have.
Oh yes, and then in continuation of that, we kind of knew each other from our younger days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is one main reason again. But yeah.
Mostly that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Because you knew each other right from a long time ago.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so you're more or less, because the most hardest part about always in bands, right? It's always the distance, right? To say let's have this jam session, but then the drummer doesn't come. Say, oh, damn it, man. Then okay, fine. Next time, let's jam session. Then after that, when you make that jam session, that same thing happens. The guitarist didn't come. Say, oh, okay, we have to do that. So how did you guys if you are a well-greased, like you said, you're very in tune with each other, shall we say, right? How did it happen? Having the time to go and practice, to be in time, shall we say? Was it hard for you guys, or was it was it easy to make time? I think you also
Can you have?
Yeah.
No, actually, see, for any band, for that matter, before you go to your practice, you need to do your homework well. So it's just a matter of putting 1 + 2. 1 + 1 is 2. Comes out. So I have to bring the 1. So the other guys have to bring the 1 to make it 2.
True.
So 2 is the band. So what matters here is the hard work that you have to put together in the first place. As an artist, you have to put yourself up. Then comes maybe once you are well versed with the subject, then we don't need to play much about it, because it's just a jigsaw puzzle that you just have to fix in. Maybe polish here and there. I think we are not professional now, so we are put up to that kind of circumstance. We hardly, for this gig in July, I think we hardly played for In fact, we didn't have a time.
Wow.
So we played Hornbill on the second, and then we all went home our own ways. I stay in one place, they stay in one place. So it was on the 8th evening. We gathered together from Dimapur before our flight the next day to Joy.
Wow.
That's all. And we had a wonderful gig yesterday. So I think it also put up to say that the work behind the show that matters most.
True.
Than just always coming together and banging your head together, trying not to know what is happening.
True.
But if everyone do the job, then things are well done, Yeah, that's how we look into it. So thank you. Otherwise, I stay in different place, they stay in different place. So that kind of, that banging all the time is not together. So we have a scheduled time which we say that, okay, we practice on this day. So everybody has to make it to that because that's a priority for the band. So we take it that way.
Okay. So that I like that because the thing is you understand each other, which is very important, right? Yeah. Because the thing is we have had many bands in Shillong as well, right? And because of misunderstanding and all that stuff, it happens and tend to fall out. But I like the way you guys have synchronization, you have an understanding, right? Which is always a good thing. And you knew each other for such a long time. But okay, I'm going back to what Sir said. Should I said sir? Sir, right? Just joking. Yeah, bro, I think so. Yes. The thing is that, you said you knew each other a long time ago, right? And that's one thing, very long time. How many years have you guys known each other, if I may ask?
Knowing is different. We have been playing together.
Playing together.
15 years on that.
Yeah.
15 years.
Yeah.
So from here, the main pioneers, who started the band? Who came with the idea?
I think we just came together.
No? Wow. Okay, I thought maybe there'll be one guy okay, let's start this band. Okay. That's cool. So, coming back when you were quite young and all, you were saying all that stuff, right? And can you tell me about a bit about, were you right from that time saying that, okay, I'm going to play that instrument, I'm going to play the bass, you play the bass with guitar, he plays a singer, right? He'll play the piano. So were you right from that time to start to think, okay, I think probably I will do this. I will play the guitar. You play the drums. You play the guitar. Were you already in that that mindset, or was it later on then you start, okay, maybe probably we know how to play the band, we know how to play that, and then you came together? Can you just explain a bit?
If I'm not mistaken, all of us, we are guitarists.
Wow.
Yeah, all of us. All of us.
I think it's a guy thing, not to play guitar.
It's a guy thing. And then earlier, she was playing the guitar too.
Okay.
The bass guitarist. So then he started playing the bass. And then it's all for the better actually.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then the keyboard player also, he was a guitarist. And then this guy, he sings well too.
Okay.
Okay. And then he's a good guitarist. And then the vocalist, his style of playing guitar is mind blowing.
Yeah. I think you should sing and play at the same time, right? Okay, that's cool. It's good that you guys are you have your own skills as well, right? You don't stick only to bass, or you don't stick only to drumming, or you have your own other skills as well. But yes, to the lead singer, right? The thing is, you have also been in a lot of bands as well, right?
Yeah.
In a lot of bands. So, because the band that I know from Nagaland, long time ago, I think it's what's called Incipit, yes. That's the band from Mizoram. We were just discussing, me and James actually were saying that Mizoram, Magdalene, right? Yeah, so these are the bands during that time. Do any of the bands on to you, have you do they inspire you, the old bands of during that time in Nagaland? And
Definitely they did. In fact, those singers were singers that I looked up to.
Incipit and all those guys.
Incipit, Magdalene, Divine Connection, and all those.
Okay. That's
I
so
used to
cool.
listen to their songs and initially when I started wanting to be like them someday.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's nice that you're living the dream, right? I think it's a dream that even I, once upon a time, I was a part of the death metal band, shall we say, but then it didn't came out because my mom said, "Are you worshipping Satan or what?" I was saying that. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, fine. I was really scared at times. I said, no, you cannot play in a band. Anyway, but like, I think, can I ask you a very embarrassing question? Are your parents like, when they saw you playing in a band, were they like, you should not play in a band, right? Study first, right? Were they like that?
Yes, I would say, but like they were very liberal about it.
No, okay.
Try to balance it, kind of thing. So they were like, for music, like all of our parents, like they have always been encouraging.
Okay.
And then like I believe like we are here because of their encouragement, right? But then like our academic career, those were also pushed through like by our parents, like do that, and then like balance it. So the idea till now, like that's the whole idea.
Okay.
Like balancing our career as well as like the music side of it. So that has been it. Yeah.
That's true, no? Like, because the thing is, one of the main questions that most bands in the Northeast as well, because it's like, can you do music full time, right? And that's quite a hard thing to do, because sometimes like there always this stereotype saying that, oh, you cannot do that, you can't do this. But I think you're doing full-time music, right?
Yeah, for now, yeah.
So yeah, how has it been, the journey, like doing full-time music? Like, has it been hard, or is it like, if I may ask?
I won't say, because I won't say it will be, it's hard to do this, because I have the passion for music, and that passion will always live. And I don't try to seek something out of this, because this is what I love to do.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing.
That's
and
true.
I'm happy.
Yeah. As long as you're happy, man, that's always a good thing, right? Yeah, because the thing is, like, I always see even myself being a podcaster, and once upon a time being in a band as well. Because what happened in my band is that they seek money first, right? They say, oh no, we have to do money first. The money has to be right. Everything has to be right? So let's just play for the sake of metal, right? So, but they didn't understand that. So sadly, that wasn't the case in that case. But anyway, but yes, coming back to your band, right? About Us, right? He's wearing the logo as well. So there in the background is there as well. Okay. So yes, it's About Us. Anyway, so I heard that you guys didn't come with the name About Us, right? It took time for you to reach that name About Us, right? Can you tell me about like a bit of how like you came with the name About Us, and the names that came up before it, shall we say? At least there'll people from Nagaland and from India, from Shillong as well, and from various parts watching this. At least they'll be able to understand. I think you can take the mic, I guess. Yeah.
Bonatang, the rhythm guitarist, like he came up with the name. And then I want to ask everyone this question. Like when you hear that particular two words, like About Us, what do you feel?
For me, I feel like when you say About Us, right, it feels like everyone, right? Everyone. Like everyone, like you don't exclude anyone. It's all about us, right?
That's the whole deal behind the name.
Oh, okay. Is this podcast now? Yeah, the role changed now. So yeah, that is true.
Friends podcast.
Yeah, so I'm leaving now.
That's all.
Yes, yeah. Oh, so that's how it happened.
Yeah.
So like all of you came on the name simultaneously, or like?
Oh no, the rhythm guitarist
came up with
the name, and then everybody was so much into it. So we went ahead with that name.
Okay.
And people used to ask us like, how is it, like how what's the meaning of it and all. So you've explained it.
Okay,
so
there you go.
Very clearly, yeah.
I'm a part of About Us now. Okay? Hey, I'm the lead vocalist. I'm just joking. So yes. But that's quite nice, because the thing is like, it's quite fascinating to say that, a name that is quite, you include everyone, right? And it's quite, we don't hear too many names like that, which is very, very cool, right? But yeah, I mean, like, as I was doing my research a bit, right, in your band and all that stuff, I think you also have a very huge audience in Nagaland, right? I think most of you became very, very suddenly, like my partner here said, hey, you have to bring this band over, because they're very well known, and even us in Shillong, we listen to you, band. So it's quite a cool thing. So the question is just like, not question, sorry. We are in a conversation. My apologies for that. Okay. So, and I'm sweating because the thing is I wear this very big coat. So my apologies for that. Okay. So yeah. But how was the reception in Nagaland though? Like, I think they must really like adore you guys. I think all of you, I guess, right? All of you really like, maybe like when you first, you already, congratulations on the new, and you have an album as well, I'm not mistaken, already out, right? Okay, we'll get to that later. But how was the reception by the Naga people like towards your music and everything?
It really was, shocking. I know the love and affection that the people like from Nagaland, like they're all, supporting us. Everywhere you turn to, like there'll be so many people right behind us. And then we are in this place like because of them only, So it really is a blessing, to get that kind of support from strangers, that you have never met in your life even once. So I don't know, like more to explain or express more than that, like it's very heartfelt. And like, I'm speechless actually with the love and affection they have shown us.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's really surreal, right? If you meet a fan like who comes, hey, you listen to your music, it's like, you listen to our music, right? It's like, true. You listen to me. That's the thing that happens most of the time, it's quite surreal, quite humbling experience, right? Man, but that's one thing that I really like about being, like in a band, or if you're podcasting as well, or various others that relate to media, it's like you meet people who actually like adore you and who really support you thick and thin. I think any one of us wouldn't have not been here, it wasn't for the supporters and the fans as well, right? But yeah, coming back to like sometimes when you look at bands, they always have tough times as well, right? I think the pianos, right? The keys, I think you said you were about to give up. I think you're like, I was like, I don't want to play anymore, or something of that sort. Can you just explain a bit, why the sudden feeling of you feel like giving up, if you don't mind me asking about that?
Yeah, actually, I've been playing covers for a long time. Since I was, say, 18, 19.
Wow.
Well, actually, I started playing guitar when I was 14 years of age.
Okay.
And then all I could do is play cover, no new songs. And I got fed up of all those things. So that's the reason I was just about to give up.
Okay. But they came to the scene, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the right moment.
Oh. And now I understand that fate thing that came to being, right? I think about to, but now together, I think that's a good thing, right? I like that. Because sometimes we have to go through tough times and to understand the real true value of a band, right? That's one thing that's very, very important. Okay. You guys are more or less, in my opinion, you are more or less rock as well as power metal in some way. Is it like both, right? Kind of a power metal kind of thing, right? Yeah.
And see, we will try to, if I say a genre of music, they try to mix us with classic rock, but we are not exactly that. We are modern hard rock, power metal. So we play classic rocks, because we love the 80s, yes, but we are not a typical classic rock. We are not trying to revive that sort of. We are going to play on brand of music that is very hard rock music. I mean, I should say modern hard rock music with influence of power metal. Yeah,
that's why I was saying when I was listening to him sing, right? I was like, this is not rock, right? Because most people I've seen the comments, they say rock and roll. I was like, this is very power metal, right? Because I've seen mostly in Nagaland, because we in Shillong, I think James would agree with this. I think if you look at different states, they have different genres, right? Here, it's mostly death metal and thrash metal. It's always been that
blues.
way. Blues. It's always been that. It's like thrash metal, death metal, and blues. It's always been that way. Okay, correct me in the comments down below if I'm wrong for that. Okay. Mizoram, I feel they're more or less, they have this rock more or less. I don't know if I might be wrong here. Okay, some Mizo people can also comment up below if I'm wrong. But I think mostly rock. But you guys more or less, I feel Nagaland are really into the melodic or the power, right? Yes. I think you can answer that very well.
We as a band, we just want to experiment and explore all class of rock music. That's what we do. From the softest rock to the heaviest metal and those groove and metal.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's we want to.
That's how okay. But like, did you guys like at first? Did you like have any mindset of changing the genre? Like probably okay, and maybe we should go to, with all due respect, death metal, right? I'm just saying, right? You're like, okay, let's go to death metal, or let's go to thrash metal, or let's go to there are lots of alternative rock as well as there, right? Or did you stick to power metal? Like, were you like transitioning?
We don't really stick to a specific genre. That's in fact, in our album there's I don't know whether you have heard that song, but there's a song called Golden Droops. So there you can see a groove metal, where there is crawling and screaming and everything.
Okay, kind of Pantera kind of thing. Yeah. Okay, so guys, stay tuned for that. Yeah, that's cool, man. Because the thing is, it's good that you like don't stick to one thing, because your creativity goes away as well, right? Sticking to creativity though, because the thing is, like, I have seen some of the bands out there, they always like to like be creative in their way of writing and the technicality behind the thing, right? So like do you guys do you have like a proper format or proper process when it comes to making music? Or do you some guys, they would like you said, right, they have to be an equation, right? 1 + 1 = that, right? But do you have a certain way of making music, or is it comes naturally to you guys? I think, who can answer that?
As far as I know, all the songs that we have written till today, I mean, it's like you said, we don't follow such kind of a format. Yeah, we just come up with the melody first. We never write the lyrics first.
Okay,
that's what I think. Yeah, all the 10 songs, the melody came first.
Melody came first.
Yeah, and then later on we will try to work on with the lyric.
Okay. So that's cool, man. Because the thing, that's how most things, I think, if you look at even rappers as well, right? Most of the rappers, they will listen to the beat. Because without the beat, there's no flow, right? You don't get the creativity, right? To write. I think you listen first to them playing first and be like, okay, I think I can make it like that, right? So for example, if Pantera, right, Walk, right, the song Walk, and you see it's a love song, then be like, what? It's a love song? Walk is Pantera. Exactly, right. So, okay, like your song that you've written till date and your album as well, I think, what is all about? Like, what are the songs that, what do you have a certain kind of, because you have to go through certain things to write a song, experiences and all that, right? So, in your lyrical content, what is it all about, if I may ask? Anyone can answer that, I think.
Some of the lyrics were written by him.
Okay.
Some by me, and I think "Gimme Gimme" was written by our manager. The lyric, yeah.
Okay.
So.
I think he can speak. I think a bit.
No, the guitarist. Okay. So I don't know about them, but for me, the lyrics are all just fictional, just came up in my mind. There's no such things as that I intended to do. Just like I said, I listened to the melody of the song and then let me put it in this way. That's suiting.
Yeah. For me, of course, as he has said, they were just feel good lyrics, and then of course more to do with the romantic love side of life, and then and then
same team. He also
and then for the some songs, it has some social standings as well as messages. So of course, some lyrics, they are lyrics where we have gone through things we have gone through in life, reflective of that, and then so most probably in the further stages also, we will be concentrating, instrumentally, it'll be more melodic in that vein, and then lyrically maybe romantic, and then but it will have kind of again have social messages, So hopefully we can take that,
to the next level.
Dotted line, dotted line,
Okay, that's really cool, because like I said, you guys are very different. You're very creative as well in your own way, right? I think if you have different kind of songs, we tend to, some people like love music, like romantic music. Some people like the aggressive ones, right? So it's quite cool. I think music process, it's one of those things where, especially writing and how you create the instrumental, it's one of those things where it takes time, but also it really plays a very, very important role in your identity as well, right? So when you look at identity, there's lots of bands out there now. I mean, if you look at the like if I look at bands that are coming up from Nagaland, like I think one is Distance from Earth, and there are lots of others as well. Cider Naga is there's one. So these bands are very, very new to the scene, right? So what makes you guys like different from other bands? Like it has to be like maybe your own identical, like, like stamp, right? Say we are about us, right? We are that, right? So can anyone answer that? If like, what makes you different from the other bands?
Well, I think the one thing that makes us different from us is that the originals. We have our originals. We have released our own albums, and the songs that we have written have already been identified by the fans as something they can listen to it, and rather they can attach themselves to the songs. For example, you see, writing a song is quite tricky. If you just write a song for yourself, it might not hit the chord. So the process that we go through is that we try to take ourselves to them and make them identify with the songs. For example, if you listen to a good song, you take your own story into the lyrics, right? But that's how you own the song. So I think we are able to create that kind of atmosphere in them. So now we are able to create an environment of where we thought about us, that environment, that circle of thought. Yeah, that brings us together. So if somebody says, give me now, he might, if someone's saying that, they might have their own vision of somebody, give me your love. Or maybe a loaded love. So they have their own vision. So we let them identify with their own dreams, or maybe with their own eye. So that's how we are in that circle. So I think that's one of the most important things that has made us apart from the rest of the band. They're really good band.
Yeah,
so
true,
we are really thankful. We are really hoping to see them coming out of it. So I think that is one really different thing that made us, and also importantly, we found our own voice. Yeah, because playing covers will not get you anywhere. You need to have your own voice, right? Originals, yeah. So we are speaking our voice. Okay. So we say this is us. We are not any guys, but it's the six of us. So we are representing our own music, listen to us, and, that able to create that environment. I think that's what I'm.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because like you said, it's like having a connection with the people, right, to identify with your music. It's always very important. I think you reach here because of that. I think people are connecting to your music, right? I mean, at the end of the day, if you can't connect with the fans or you can't connect with the people, then your music, like you said, covers, right? Cover has been written by someone else, right? Exactly. See the design to cover it, right? Well. Yeah, so congratulations again on your album. So that's the first and foremost I gotta say. But I think they all over Naga, give you a shout out again. Okay, I'm taking your scripts again. Okay, so I think only 3 songs are there digitally, but I think most of them is in the physical, or is
it's already
already there, right? I think that was 9 months back. That's the reason why.
No, Frontiers have.
No, the 9 months back is the YouTube. Yeah, with Naga. That's why the reason. Yeah, that's different. So everything is there now, right? There. So the physical copy as well is there, right? Yes. Okay, I think we should get that copy, James. I think we should just listen once, no? At least you can rock in the bedroom, right? Not in that way, okay? So anyway, but yes, congratulations again on being signed to a huge record label though. That's one of the biggest achievements I think for you guys, right? I think they're from Italy. They're called the Frontiers record, right? Yeah, and they have even signed a lot of good names, Whitesnake, Toto, and various others, Def Leppard as well. So who can explain to me how is it like? Was it like hard to get into a label? Can you explain a bit about how's your journey to get into a label, like a record label?
We first released our debut, Loaded Love, in the year 2019, late 2019. So after that, we released debut music video, Gimme Gimme. And then after releasing Right Now, that was last year, December. So only after that, I think one of our good friend, he approached the label and he sent our songs to the label as a demo. So, and surprisingly, they liked it. They loved our work. They liked the songs, and after that, our media moderator, he got in touch with them through emails, and then after that, we got signed.
Wow. I think it's like every band's dream, right? To be able to be signed to a huge record label, right? It's a really huge record label, because if Def Leppard is there, Whitesnake is there, it's like, whoa, okay. But I think it must be a dream come true for all of you. I think whatever it may be, right? Whatever place you came from, but I think getting signed is one of the biggest things, right? What was like your first reaction when you heard that you were signed? Like, how was like the feeling, right? Any one of you like can enlighten us in that? Like, how was it? Like, were you happy? Were you like?
I think I speak for every one of us. Like, I speak for every one of us. Like, we were elated, and then kind of like a making history kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think with Frontier is like we are the second band to sign up from India.
Okay.
Yeah. After Girish and the Chronicles.
Oh, Girish and the Chronicles.
Yeah. So that in itself is a big achievement.
Yeah.
Way beyond our dreams. So definitely, being, man within jam around, but
that's one thing, right? Being signed is something, and you guys deserve it.
But
though.
it was, it felt so surreal, like, So we have always been like thankful for being given that opportunity. Yeah.
So it's like I want to ask like a bit, right? So because I think there are a lot of bands out there who wants to, sign into a record label, right? What is your first step, probably, like for those who want to seek, like if they have like good music, but they're trying their best to get into a record company? If you just explain to me just a bit about the process, or the step-by-step process, like what is the main thing they should do? Like if they have like maybe an EP out or something, maybe an album was out, but they don't get like signs or something, right? Because one thing, that's the main struggle for most bands. They want to get signed, but it's very, very hard for them, right? Can you just explain a bit if it's okay with you?
Well, I think the record companies have these labels. They identify themselves with different genres of music. For example, AFM is for metal, and then Frontier is for hard rocks, melodic rocks, and also. So, what important is that I think there are certain periods or certain heights of which in those genres we need to push our limit. I think that's where they identify us. That's what we feel. We need to, really identify ourselves, the genre that we are playing. So, I mean, like when we play songs like Gimme Gimme Right Now and songs like Loaded Love, Rise, we feel ourselves like, we feel the same feeling as we feel playing those great covers we are playing, right? Those kind of, that we have that. So we are lucky enough to push ourselves to that limit. So I think that's very important. We have to push the limit of ours. I think that's where things get opened up.
Yeah.
I think that's right. That's how I feel. We need to push the limit on every, it's not just one aspect of the band. The race of the team has to be in sync with the class we are seeking for. So I think the struggle, the hard work, we need to remind everyone ourselves where we are, where we're heading, and then we expect a lot from ourselves. I expect him from a lot from himself. That expectations we always try to keep ourselves to that. And and maybe that's how better things come along. So I hope they are the good bands. If they are up to it, then I think the sky is the limit.
Yeah,
I should say.
That's well said. Well said. The sky is the limit, right? If there are footprints in the moon, the sky is the limit, right? So exactly right. So that's a good thing, because I think now being signed, I guess your sky is the limit as well for you guys as well, right? So like, can you just explain to me a bit, like, in your individual like instruments and what you do in the band, was it like, it's time to really raise the bar a bit for the upcoming journey ahead? Or what is like Because obviously being in a record label as well recognized, I think you really need to up the level, up the ante this year, right? So can you just explain a bit like maybe what is your future endeavors, or what is the maybe the small changes you're going to make to your band, or maybe the sound, or maybe the vocals, or whatever it may be? I think all of you can speak on that, I guess, in your own individual instruments. I think the drummer should speak on to this. Okay.
Me as a vocal, there are lots of things that I want to try in our second album, and I'm so excited to get into that, writing new songs. Now, this is our last night was our last show for this year, so now we're gonna be getting all jacked up for the
New Year.
Next. Of course, New Year, and along the way we will be writing our songs for the next album. So there are so many things for me personally in my mind that I want to try out in our next album.
Okay,
so
there you go.
Like I said, I just want to explore my own.
Okay, there's a small snippet for you guys in the second album. Okay.
Well, first and foremost, I think I should change my gear. And then
I agree.
yeah, and then I'll try to experiment with different playing style.
Yeah.
That's all.
The gear changes the person, right? So that's the thing.
Yeah, definitely. I think as a bass player, there's a lot of technique to work into it. See, the bass, we are a modern hard rock band. We are not 60s, 70s, 80s band. So the gears need to be updated. The technique need to be upgraded, and the mindset has to be upgraded. So the three things has to go along with it. So the mind, the technique, and the gear. Otherwise, if one of them is not in sync, then we are out of the line.
Yeah.
So we have to be in sync. This tree has to be in sync. You might have a modern gear. If my mindset is not modern, then it's not going to let you play modern music. We are into a modern age. So see, a lot of new, you'll be finding a lot of bass music, just making a music by the bass itself. Right. So I mean, that kind of driven things, we are really looking forward to a new album. So I've been trying to sing the three things together,
Yeah, true. The only thing I think I want to ask you, okay, like you like Periphery as well, right?
Definitely, yes.
I was like, okay, like you like other bands as well. Periphery though, Periphery is one of my favorite bands as well, because I listen to a lot. He listens to Periphery as well. Actually, for a while he kept as ringtone, right? Was it Polyphia or Periphery? Yeah, Periphery, I think so. So yes, big fan as well. So like from the basis of Periphery, you got some influence as well, right?
Yeah, see, my tone as a bass player, my tone, I am coming up with my own tone. So that's where I come across Dark Class Effect, where Periphery bass player Adams, yeah, he's one of the Nolly is one of the creator of the gadgets that I'm using. So I try to, once I get hold of his ideas, then I try to understand the way he's playing it, because once you play that kind of thing, the right hand technique changes.
True.
It's all together different. So these are the techniques that comes into it. I need to understand what these guys are playing. What is the measurement of hardness or softness they're playing with? What is the extent of note they are trying to drive into, different routes. So these are the aspects of that I learned from this guy, So we're trying to experiment a lot of things on this.
Okay. There you go. I think, yeah, a few things. Let his actions speak for himself, I think.
For my opinion, as a drummer, I need to to change the gear as well, to upgrade the samples and all that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's better if being a drummer, it's better. I guess I heard, I have seen here and Northeast, I have only seen one drum clinic. We have only one drum clinic, I guess. So it's better if you are a drummer or someone is a drummer, it's better upgrade your gadgets and try to make a studio. That's all.
That's how we just had a discussion outside actually with our friends out there. We are saying that, drummer is a lost species, right? We have lots of guitarists, bassists, vocalists, but drummer, where's the drummer, right? It's always very hard to find. Thank you. Actually, you are at least his actions speak for himself, though. That's why he doesn't speak too much, I guess.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Okay, your turn, I think. So what is like maybe the next level thing that you want to do for this, maybe probably for the future albums or for your future?
Of course, like sorry, as the best guitarist has mentioned, techniques, gears and all. So that is a given. So, and then like the other side for me in the coming albums will be, to explore more of who I am, of course, and like how to kind of send a message, like where the listeners can, be part of me, kind of thing. So I don't know, like how to put it very clearly, but yeah, that's the way I'm going to explore it. And then, of course, I've always been addicted to, melodic approaches to playing solos and, everything. So that has been my mainstay. So I think most of it, like I'll be, exploring that melodic area. So hopefully it'll be good for everyone.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, that's good. At least you have like goals to achieve, I think, for the next album, no? It's a good thing. So you guys started in 2019-ish, right? 2019. You started 2019. COVID happened, right? Was it hard for you guys like to jam despite COVID? Like, were you doing Zoom calls and jamming at the same time? Hey, your guitar wasn't working properly. Do it again. How is it? Is it hard for you guys? I think COVID really hit everyone else, I think, when it comes to music, business, and various others. So how was your approach towards, were you like just taking a break from music during the COVID? Because 2 years, quite a long, Yeah.
I mean, in fact, in a way, COVID was a blessing for us to write all those songs and to, polish it,
Okay.
So I would say like, in fact, it's a blessing for us.
Okay. Actually, interesting thing is like we have actually as statistics were released, right? Lots of talents came out during the COVID. Lots of people like they were into baking. We started the podcast also during COVID as well. So yes, we're always in the same range. But I think lots of people became very talented during the COVID. Like they were polishing many things. Some people knew how to play the violin. Some people knew the guitar. So I think it was a blessing. But I think you guys will start to maybe in your own techniques as well. You were able to record and send to each other as well, I guess, right? So yeah. But I think at the end of the day, we have to talk about the technicalities, right? Let's talk about the experience a bit. Because being on stage, right, amongst the people and amongst the crowd, and you played in Hornbill Festival as well. I saw he was like rocking it, all of you guys actually. So how has been the experience being on stage? Because most people, like once you're on stage, right, you have stage fright and the butterflies in your stomach start to be more stronger, right? Maybe it's exasperate the nervousness, shall we say. So can you explain a bit how because most people have stage fright, like I want to say public speaking can be one thing, but I think more or less the same nervousness, more or less. So how's the experience being on stage though for all of you? Like if you can answer, any one of you, like all of you can answer too.
For me personally, still to this day, I get nervous when I'm about to go on stage. I mean, singing is easy, but speaking is harder for me on the stage. So, in order to
can sing and converse,
but in order to keep the crowds occupied, to this day, I would say like I'm nervous and I'm still working on it.
Everybody has butterflies. But I think the many years of playing live music behind us, I think we are quite settled now. I think, right? When we go to the stage, we look up each other, we said, okay, go. We forget about out there.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I think that's how we feel. We enjoy.
Okay.
In fact, we enjoy our own company. Most importantly. So and then.
True.
That's. Please.
Well, our best guitarist, he said it all.
Yeah.
The thing is that we have to practice a lot and put everything in our muscle memory. Then, if we are well equipped with our practice, and then even if we don't hear our sound inputs from the monitor, we can just play.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good, because it's always been the experiences that play a very important part, no? Because as a band, like you said, hard work is everything, right? It's all about having that kind of like, having the time to practice, so that even though the monitor doesn't work or the speaker doesn't work, because there'll always be faulty things happening in the background, like there'll always be one fan who'll be like, boo, you suck, right? That guy, right? So there'll always be those guys as well. But then if you're really, really like in sync with your music and you know each other very well, it's always an amazing thing, right? Coming back to experiences though, you guys also, again, plagiarizing from from Mr. Alubonaga again. So you guys I think in the interview and the podcast, you were saying that you are not so much active in social media. You have like a media manager or something. So are you nowadays, like now after that podcast, were you like now engaging with your fans a bit here and there, like DMs and all that stuff? I think anyone can start.
We are not, I would say, I don't find anyone so active in social media, but we do check in from time to time.
Okay.
But the band, of course,
of course, the band page is active.
The band page, always everyone interacts. And that's a good thing, because the thing is, it's like, because nowadays everything is all social media, right? Like your music video wouldn't be I wouldn't know your music video unless like there was YouTube, right? During those time, I remember, I think, do you know Darshan? I think everybody knows Darshan. If you see there a band, then I know that band, right? So, but now it's like with social media and all that. Coming back to experiences though, I mean, like the thing is that you guys we have on two music videos, right? Three, right? 3 music videos. So how has been like the experiencing, the music video, being in the music video, to create that music video, the mindset, the creativity, where did it come from? Like, can you just explain a bit, like, because if you play live, like, you know how to play, but when you do a music video, you have to retake, and sometimes you have, you have to do it again. Okay, go from the back again. So can you just explain a bit, like, how's the experience, like, creating these music video, and were the ideas coming from you guys when it comes to creating these sort of music videos, or was it like, by the director or something?
Gimme, the first music video, it was all directed by the videographer. Right now was directed by our media moderator, and our recent music video, Our Fairyland, was directed by our guitar player.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so that's like the something from the director and all that. I think it must have been very exciting to be in a video though, I think, right, for a very new band to be there, and I think it must have been a very good experience, right? So can you just explain to me, like, was it like tiresome of making that video? Did it take time, or because sometimes music video does take a lot of time, right? 2 days, some 3 days.
Gimme wasn't that hectic, I mean, I would say, but tiring and exhausting, but right now Our Fairyland.
Okay, it was very hard.
Man. For 3 days, right?
Yeah, we shooting was still 5-6 in the morning. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
oh my goodness.
For 3 days. Right now was 3 days. Yeah, Our Fairyland was 2 days.
2 days.
Till morning.
My goodness.
Because we usually do the shooting during the night.
So, yeah. Okay, that's cool. Because the thing is that, that's why it's like when you see you guys in video for 4 minutes, right? I think James is the one actually always explained to me, like, when you see the finished product, it looks very easy, It's like, 4 minutes, who cares, 4 minutes, right? But the effort behind it is like retakes, it's one of those things where I hope I can be in a music video one day. Hey! Let's see. Anyway, just joking. But yes, it's a real eye-opening when it comes to you guys, because all of you have different personalities and all of you have different work ethic as well, because that's the thing, because experiences play a very, very important role. Okay, I think to end more or less this episode, I would say, why don't you explain the most funny incident that happened between you two, maybe in your journey, like you have gone to perform many concerts as well. So can you explain like one incident that happened that was really funny or was really awkward, or something went wrong or something, if it's okay with you guys? Any one of you? Yes.
Recently we came to Autumn Fest.
Yeah. I think we can take that.
In this thing, Omium.
Yeah.
So we reached the stage. We were about to hit the stage 50 minutes. We forgot to bring his keyboard.
Why didn't bring your keyboard?
So now we all said, okay. Now see, we put God first in our job. So actually we huddle for a prayer before. No, he said he came like, I didn't bring my keyboard. so no, yeah, it was a funniest thing. So
Like already, where's the keyboard?
where is the keyboard now? So we are left with wondering what to do. But finally, we got the organizers to say that we got one of the guys, a crew. Since we travel with a big crew. So luckily it reaches back on time. Yeah, I think that is the most hilarious thing that's happened.
I think it's really one of those things where you have to be ready, at any time, right? Any one of you have had any like very funny experience? I think that was the funniest, or was it like?
I think so.
That was the funniest, no? Yeah. Okay. The last but not the least, I want to ask is that how has been the reception in Shillong for you guys? Like you went to Juwai as well, right? So how has it been? How is the people there? How is the people accepting your music? How they enjoyed your music? Can you just explain a bit about that, if you don't mind?
Regarding Juwai.
Yeah, Juwai, yeah.
Oh, the people were so supportive of us. And then they knew our songs and they were singing along with us.
That's very encouraging.
Yeah. So I would say like it was a very, very great experience. And then in continuation for the earlier question, I would put in like regarding live shows and everything. Like you take when you go up on the stage, of course you have butterflies and all, but almost all musicians will agree that like playing live is the best. That's kind of like your reward, and then the energy that you get from the audience. I mean, like you can't explain it. It's kind of like I haven't done Gok, but I think like Gok will be like that. Really, really. So maybe better than that.
Yeah, better than that.
But something that I can explain, like the energy that the crowd gives you. I mean, like it just puts you in such a euphoric state, like where you can it seems like you can do anything kind of thing. So just like that, in Juwai too, we got that same feeling. I hope everyone agrees with that. Yeah,
that's true.
So it was so good. And then the organizers, they are so tight, the way they organize things. I mean, like, it just blew my mind. Like, they were on schedule every time, like, so punctual. And then, like,
good,
everything was set to perfection. And then they were, like, so loving. So, big shout out to the organizers, really.
True.
So, we are so blessed. We have been invited to perform there.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be there again. Hopefully they'll
here
call
also.
us.
Yeah. I want to see them live as well. So let's hope for the best. But yeah, that's a good thing, because the energy that you get from the crowd, right, is totally different. Because if they're not good energy, then it's like very hard for you, right? Okay. I just want to end. I always like these questions come to mind, but the only thing is, because we have a lot of singers out there as well who might be listening to this, right? Okay, can you just explain to me, like, what are like the techniques to get to those ranges that you get, right? Because you are like, your vocals are very, very high. I mean, and very, very good and very, very clear, right? Very articulate, shall we say? So, what are the warm ups, or what are the techniques that you use at least before going on stage, or how did you reach that level of notes that you are reaching nowadays?
I'm a self-taught singer.
Self-taught.
So there is not such rules that I follow, format that I follow but yeah, I do follow some warm-ups and exercises that I've been doing for so many years. I would say like almost a decade. So I do some lip rolls, if you know. And
yeah, those are one side,
And along the way, so I check out, even to this day, on YouTube, stuff like what I should do to, improve my voice, as well as so many things. How to sing without straining my voice, kind of thing.
True.
So
that's true. Because the thing is, your ranges, I mean, the ranges that he gets is like really, really high, and it's really a technique, a skill, a talent as well, right, to reach those points. And I think because I have always been fascinated by lots of bands who are like power metal and all, like what's it? Dragonfly. What's it called? Dragon Force, and various others, right? So like they have these very, very high ranges, and it's really, really cool, right? And it's like more or less extraordinary, shall we say? But anyway, guys, I think today it's been a lovely episode. I would say we had a few laughs here and there, and it's nice knowing because you are the first actually guest in our podcast that you're from not from Shillong, you're from outside Shillong, Nagaland, right? This is quite cool. I'm very happy about that. So, congratulations to us, as well to them. So, so thank you for being in the podcast, guys. It's a real honor. So, just to end this, shall we say, we always give opportunity for you guys to speak whatever you want to speak, especially to the fans who are listening or to the people who will be listening to this podcast. So, there's the opportunity to give shout outs, to give some inspiration, especially to people who wants to be a band, who wants to join a band, who are already in a band, who really have hard time. So, because you guys have more or less made it in some way or the other, right? So this is your opportunity to talk to your fans if you want to and give some shout outs and whatever you want to say actually.
Okay, then to all the people watching this, I would like to say on behalf of the band, just keep believing in what you do, don't lose hope, and everything will be just great, you'll get there.
And that's it.
And always rock on top.
Hey! Anyway, guys, you heard it from the man. Never give up in anything you do, and just get starting. That's always a good thing. So yes, thank you very much, guys, for being today, and it's a real honor to be in the midst of I have never had like 1, 2, 3 or 5 guests here because you have 2 at the most, but it's a real honor being here, and yes, from our VIP location, right? So anyway, but yes, thank you very much for being here. Thank you I know you had a very hectic how shall we say, a hectic schedule as well, so I think you're about to go home as well. So yes, I hope you enjoyed staying in Shillong and being here as well. Yeah, so whatever maybe you want to know more about them, it's all in the description down below, as well as we're going to end this probably if you can hear the music in right now playing actually. Maybe at this point you can hear the music, but you can even share to the links down below. There's all the official videos will be there, as well as their Spotify and everything will be down there. So do follow them. They are very awesome. They are very down to earth as well, which is very, very important. So yes, without further ado, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for listening as well. You want to know more about us as well as in the description down below. So yes, like I always say, if you want to know someone very in depth, do take a cup of tea. If it's red tea, coffee, green tea, jasmine tea, I don't know what you drink, right, you guys, but you do take a cup of coffee and have a good conversation like we had today, so that you can know more about person. Until next time, from About Us, from Mr. Jones and from Mr. James who's in the background, thank you very much, and until next time, keep on rocking, right? You saying keep on rocking? Rock on top. Yeah. Rock on top, man. Yes, see you soon. And yes, have a great evening, morning, or night, or whatever it may be. Yes, take care. Thank you very much, man. Thank you so much, man.